Hello, my friends. Andres here, coming to you from King's Dominion. Rapterra is right behind me. I'm a little late to the party, but I can't wait to get on this. So, stats, blah, 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 let's go. All right, we got a few runs there. I got to do both left and right side and both trains. I'm trying to find somewhere where there's not some speakers and stuff. There's a lot of sound in this area, but to my surprise, there wasn't much sound like in the queue, and there's so much theming, a lot more theming than any like Legacy Cedar Fair or Six Flags Park as a whole. Anyway, let's talk about Rapterra, which is a Jungle Hawk, apparently. I didn't know that. I should have known that. Either way, the trains are great. Launch wing coaster, you love to see them, especially a rolling launch. A couple of really fun elements I particularly like. Right up here, we got this little sort of dive, and then towards the end, there's this wonderful whippiness that happens. Some nice little moments of air. However, despite all of that, there is some sort of strange like bounce. It's not quite a rattle like a lot of people were comparing this to Iron Menace. There's this little bit of bounciness, this little bit of like other type of force that kind of gets in the way, creates this noise that kind of obscures the other forces that you are meant to be experiencing that are part of the design. I don't think this is it. And I've seen some people say, oh, it's the wheel assemblies. Oh, the track is clearly warped or something. I don't know what it is. I just know that even though I sat in the front and in the back, on the inside seat and the outside seat, I was still having that same experience. That aside, it is a little concerning, but people seem to be having a great time. I am here the Sunday of opening weekend, and everyone was making a beeline. It was the Rapterra run, unofficially, and this queue is already at like an hour and a half. In terms of intensity and thrill level, it's moderate. I would say this is somewhere between like family coaster and like, you know, we're gonna maim you like Thuzy style, like I-305 or something. It's somewhere in between. I would say it's probably a step lower than something like Twisted Timbers, but a step up from, you know, Racer or something like that. And just so you know my mental ranking, it goes kiddie, family, whatever this newer class is that's becoming more and more popular. It's just these fun little guys, although this is a $30 million little guy. Now, I just want to quickly touch on some things that I feel like could have made this ride realize its full potential, which I have heard that there were some budget cuts to this, some plans that didn't make it all the way to the final product. But there's no near miss, which I feel like is an element that most wing coasters are known for. So that kind of surprised me, especially with the jungle thing. There's no like temple that you go through. I'm thinking of like Thunderbird at Holiday World, where they have, and you just go straight through a building, or the keyholes for Gatekeeper at the front of the park. Not a launch wing, but still, wing coaster, it feels like something is missing when you don't have the near misses and are using something that is on a very unique train. It's something it's known for. I had heard that, is it true or not, that there were rumors of a show building, and it would have benefited this area quite a bit, especially when what was here before was Volcano, which was known for being, you know, coming out of the top of the volcano and doing its thing. Having some sort of show building here, another big like landmark, it would have been cool. But throughout the queue, in terms of what there is, let's stop talking about what there isn't. There are some fun callbacks to Volcano, even like a volcano, I don't know what you want to call it. There's a lot of like a lava pool or something, like a dried up lava pool, cooled off lava pool. That's really cool to see. I think I saw some sort of like concrete pieces or something like that from Volcano. I saw, I think, a Smurfs reference to Smurf Mountain, which was pretty fun. So there's a lot of like little details and stuff, and whoever's putting that all together, major shout out to you guys, because it really came out cool. I love to see what they've been doing with the Jungle X-pedition stuff. One thing I forgot to mention during my review is that today, I did most of my rides yesterday. I didn't notice any audio. Today, getting my off-ride stuff, I heard audio, but the main thing was that it was out of sync with the launch itself. It was happening like the train was long gone. Just thought I should note that. Let's continue. Now, speaking of the addition to this area, the Jungle X-pedition, first of all, love this transformation of this whole area. But I love that the track here is very much like bird flight patterns, essentially, as it kind of just goes around the dig site. And we do have a couple other attractions here, but there's been removals. And are we ignoring the stunt coaster? Like, I'm a little surprised this hasn't gotten any sort of plans for anything, no announcement. Rumor is it could be some sort of like temple run type of thing. I don't know for sure, but for now, in terms of theming, we just gotta kind of ignore it. This is kind of wild to see, just all the walls and no anaconda. Call me nostalgic, but I remember finally the clack of that lift hill and such. It has such a unique sound, and one that I remember finally from my childhood, even if, you know, the headbanging was not one of them. It's a shame to lose that coaster, because then what? There's a snake in all the Jungle X-pedition stuff. What could be coming to this area, or are they going to expand it? I wonder what they have in store for us. Because, yeah, right now, it's just some water. Do you think they put paddle boats or something like that in here? I don't actually think so. And over in this little nook, we actually see that Flight of Fear has gotten a paint job. It's like brown and kind of more in line with Jungle X-pedition. And there's a sign that I did not see in the media day reviews. So I wonder, with this theming on the outside, if we're going to include aliens still in Jungle X-pedition, or if this ride will indeed get a retheme. And I suppose that answers it right there. The Way Foundation Testing Facility, Flight of Fear. So it's got the same name, just a little new retheme. And shouts to Let's Get Wild. Amazing show from 2023 and 2022. Very sad that it's no longer with us, but hopefully the 50th this year will bring something new, fun and exciting. There goes the new colors here. I didn't think the focus would help me out, but Pantherion. Anyone else going to get confused with this and Pantheon? It's both Virginia coasters. I know a lot of people already are in videos that I've seen. Interesting. So they got a researcher. I don't know if there's actual like characters in all of this, and if they're pulling from like the lore that they expanded in Let's Get Wild in the show. But they have this panther statue. They have some funky symbols. Oh, I guess this is her. There's lore. That's cool. But other than all of this around here for the entrance, oh, I can see that they actually have some other stuff. I wonder if they'd be upset if I poke my camera through just to show the plaza. Let's see. Should I get my zoom lens just to look at the sign? Yeah, why not? Okay, I swapped lenses. Let's take a little looky-loo at this sign. There it is, Pantherion. Pantherion? I have been mispronouncing it this whole time? Probably. But okay, cool. I see some tents over there. They changed the merch shop. I just really wish they were thinking about adding some shade. However, you might notice that they've changed it from that awful blacktop, and there's actual pavers and stuff there. That's a huge upgrade. Y'all know how hot this area would be, and if you didn't, I'm glad you'll never have to know. But all right, I think that's gonna do it for me here. Jungle X-pedition coming up big with Rapterra. A lot of other changes coming. We'll see what happens with Flight of Fear, what replaces, if anything, Anaconda, and what's in store for the stunt coaster. But this year is the 50th, and I'm super excited to check all of that out. So let me know your thoughts about Panterra down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Hi, my name is Steven, and I make my own adventure. Hey, shout out to my girlfriend, Abby, and my cousin, and my little brother, too, Sebastian.
Why are you sneaking up?
And my girlfriend, right here. Bye, guys.